Hi, thanks for taking time to preview Discover Texas. I'm Lynn Dean, and this is the history curriculum I was looking for but couldn't find, so I wrote it. If you want your students to learn the story of Texas, have fun learning, and actually remember what they've learned, I think you'll like this very unique unit study. I've divided Texas history into 10 chronological eras, beginning with our earliest people and traveling through time to the present. Lesson planning is easy. If you have a full school year to study Texas history, just start with Volume 1 in August and study one volume each month until you finish in May. But you can also study what was happening in Texas as you cover, for example, world explorers in world history or the westward expansion in American history. The program is structured but very flexible. When we study native Texans, we also study geography because the land shaped their cultures. And when we learn how Texas became a state, we also study our state government and constitution. We finish each year by inviting students to realize that history is not dead. History is being made every day. And we ask them to consider their own role in history by making good choices in the present and in the future. Let's look at one sample volume. An introduction page tells students that in Texas, the Industrial Revolution was about developing three major products: branches, cotton, and oil. This volume has 3 chapters because March typically has 3 teaching weeks, and you would be in Volume 8 around March. That leaves you 1 week built in for spring break. A volume a month and a chapter a week keeps you right on schedule with not much lesson planning at all. Each week, students have short, illustrated articles to read. If younger students read just what's on their screen, they'd get a fine overview of the story of Texas, but older students will want to browse through the curated web links and discover interesting facts on their own. Also notice that each page has an audio button down here in the left corner to assist readers who may have challenges. These articles set the framework, but we kept reading assignments short so that students will have plenty of time for the related activities that go along with each era. Learning more includes related topics and biographies. They may learn about boll weevils or Eli Whitney and how he invented the cotton gin. They might want to learn about Jesse Chisholm or Charles Goodnight, Oliver Loving, who blazed the Texas cattle trails. Doing more is always a favorite. Here you'll find a variety of unit study activities that let students taste, feel, and experience history for themselves. There's something for every age and interest. For example, your students might like to watch a chuck wagon cook at work and then download recipes, grab a shovel and dig a fire pit out in the backyard to make supper. Or maybe they'd like to join a country and western dancing group and learn to scoot a boot or dance the Cotton-Eyed Joe. Thinking more is where you'll find character development and critical thinking questions. We want students to understand not only the concepts behind what happened in history, but why it matters. For example, this era was characterized by hard work, so we invite students to consider the character traits that lead to success. Texans drove cattle to profitable markets, so we study supply and demand. In the teacher tips section, we've marked printable resources with an asterisk: text pages, vocabulary builders, reading guides, test suggestions, often maps, and coloring pages for you to print out. We help you with the main concepts, the takeaway points for each unit, and a list of field trip suggestions, points of interest across the state, and links where you can find more information. If there are videos that'll let you take an armchair field trip, we've put those in too. There's also a list of suggested reading, real books, that you can usually find at your local library. We've organized them from young reader to young adult, so you can find something just right no matter which age or stage. The directory of videos and websites makes resources really easy to find, and each volume ends with a challenge. I hope you can see how many resources we've put right at your fingertips. You are literally just a click away from teaching in a way that's so exciting, meaningful, memorable, and fun. I hope you'll decide to join us as we discover Texas.